Yo, what's good, campers? It's your boy Killer Beezy, man, and today we are here after my first day of map 7, man. And to be honest with you, it didn't go how I expected it to go, man. So I just want to give you guys a piece of advice, man. Like, before we get into the advice though, I will say that I was expecting map 7 to be a lot more difficult than what I'd imagined, and it wasn't, man. But part of the reason why it wasn't is because you have to make sure you scout your path, man. And I want to give a big shout out to my leader, because when we were first discussing doing map 7, when AQ started and he was doing the sort of path assignments and whatnot, I found it very confusing. But I didn't want to rush in there until I kind of understood exactly where I was gonna go, because I wanted to spectate and, you know, look at all the fights that I was gonna have on my paths, and therefore plan. But what my plan was to bring in one champ per section. And I said to myself, look, if I need to revive a champion in a specific section, then I don't mind doing that, as long as I know that that champion is the best champion in my roster for that path. So so that was my game plan. My game plan was to have one champion per section that could deal with that section, basically solo. Now, I had a lot of villains I had multiple villains in section 1 and section 3 on my path. And I figured that, okay, well, Blade, even though my Blades are rank 4, I thought Blade should be able to more or less handle all of those villains on those nodes. So the plan was then, okay, well, let me bring in Blade with the Ghost Rider synergy. And then I brought in a Mega Red, more for utility. I kind of more felt like a Mega Red can, you know, with his immunities and whatnot, he can basically clean up and heal up if he needs to through the degen that I needed to take or whatnot during section 1 and 2. And that was sort of my game plan. Now, unfortunately, we didn't really get to do any fights in section 2 because there was a node that literally brought us to a halt, and because that node wasn't cleared on a specific path, the other paths around it were noded with this troublesome node. And that troublesome node was the node where you have to have, I think it was called buffed up, so you have to have 3 buffs active before you can do any damage to the opponent. And I didn't have any champions that had 3 buffs, because when I scattered my path, I wasn't expecting to have to take any fights noded. So so unfortunately we didn't really get to progress past section 2. But you know, my biggest advice to everybody, man, is when you guys are coming into map 7, make sure you scout your path, man. It is so vital and so key to scout your path. And in my opinion, if you bring in one champ that can handle each section, you can't go wrong. Do you know what I mean? If you don't have flawless fights, then hey, you can allocate 5 items per champion. Yeah, so think to yourself, okay, if I need to revive with my champion for section 1, I can revive and use 4 of the highest level potions to heal him up. Yeah, so then that guy's got to get you through the rest of section 1. Then you think to yourself, okay, well, I've got 5 more items to use for my second guy in section 2. So if I die with him, I can use 1 revive, then 4 more max potions to heal him up. Yeah, then your guy for section 3. Now, if you die with your section 3 guy, you can revive him, and then you got 4 more max potions. That's the best way to kind of play it safe, in my opinion. You know, but that's just a little piece of advice that I would offer to anybody that hasn't done map 7 yet, that is thinking or considering about doing map 7. Make sure you scout your path, man. Look at each and every single fight, because the Kabam have kind of made this so that if one person, Kabam have kind of made this so it's not as easy as just fighting through certain paths noded. It's not as simple as that anymore. So definitely do that, man. But if any of you guys have played map 7 before, let me know about your experiences below. If any of you guys haven't but you're considering it, also let me know in the comments below. I'm hoping that we get to do map 7 another day this week, so that we can get a bit more footage and a bit more fights, and yeah, man, and hopefully it should be fun, man. It was very fun. It was very fun. I found it very fun and very challenging, but yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. But thank you guys for watching, man. Let me know your thoughts below, and I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Peace.